Today, we are checking out the one, the only Roger Linn, which is the creator of the MPCs, the originator of the MPC. We would not have any MPC if it wasn't for Roger Linn. So he's trying out one of the new MPCs. I want to see what this video is about because I'm pretty sure it's going viral right now. All right, look, what you got for us, Roger?
Hi, I'm Roger Linn here in my home office, and in this video I'm going to talk about this product here, which is the Akai MPC Live 2, which is one of their current models of the MPC series. A little background first. Years ago, I designed the MPC drum machines for the Japanese Akai company. First the MPC 60 in 1988, and then the MPC 62 Model 2 in 1991, and then the MPC 3000 in 19.
Even though I don't have the MPC 60 Mark II, that is probably my favorite design because it looks like a cash register.
And then the MPC 3000 in 1994. Then, unfortunately, I had a falling out with the original Akai company and moved on. So to be honest, I haven't used or even really thought about the MPC products or Akai since then.
I was waiting for something else to come out. People have been tagging me and they wanted me to see this for myself. I'm here. We're here now.
Occasionally, people will ask my opinion about the current MPC products, and I've had to say that I don't know. So I was curious about how good they are. By coincidence, recently I've been in touch with the current American Akai company, and they kindly offered to send me one of their MPC models, the MPC Live 2. So I thought I'd give it a go and let people know what I think, which is what I'm doing in this video. The short answer is, I didn't expect it to be as good as it is, but I must say I'm impressed with it. They really did a very good job.
Wow, I was not expecting that. I was expecting this to be like it's gonna come in with the smoke.
My original design by keeping most of the original panel controls, like the record and overdub buttons and the play and play start buttons, the note repeat feature, the full level button, the timing correction, and so you have fast access to those functions. And that was important to me in the original design because I really wanted to focus on what the musician wants to do to play music and not read manuals and have to adjust a bunch of settings to make the machine do what most people want it to do.
One of the things that I have read about Roger Linn is his original design. He wanted it to be accessible. Like it went through many iterations before it was released publicly. And one of the people that tested it out was Stevie Wonder. And for those who don't know, and if you happen to be very young or just don't listen to that style of music, which you should listen to Stevie Wonder, by the way, Stevie Wonder is legally blind. And one of the biggest things that I have talked to with people that are also legally blind but extremely talented is that the modern day MPCs are harder to navigate because some of the things are based off of that touch screen. And that might be the only flaw that I can really say outside of not having a built-in microphone. But other than that, this particular MPC, the Live 2, happens to be the best MPC that I've ever touched in my life.
And so also they did in fact maintain this fast and efficient workflow, the same as in the original MPCs. For example, you can record beats and pitch parts in a loop with real-time quantization or timing correction, I call it, they still call it, and swing. And there are plenty of little details I can tell you as the software developer as well for the original MPCs that are required to get right to make the loop recording with timing correct and swing work correctly, and which they did. It really does feel right. For example, there's no perceivable delay at the loop back point when you're loop recording, and when transitioning between sequences. And there's a lot of stuff that has to be done at those transition points. So they're doing it by prefetching or something, but it really is done well. And the feel of the timing correct and the swing are absolutely correct. Very impressive.
I know somewhere there's someone that is still arguing the points that he just made and rectified. I know there's someone that is complaining right now, like, oh man. And I get that the MPC could be jarring to use the very first time. I'm not knocking those people, but I'm talking about the people that are enthusiasts that swear up and down because they owned every MPC that this does this different and that does this different and this don't feel right and this all. Man, look, Roger Lynn is speaking, and I'm liking it a whole lot.
It's very tight and well written, and I have to compliment the software writers at Kai for this. But more importantly, the Kai has brought the MPC into the present by adding modern features while retaining the original workflow. First, in addition to drum tracks and pitch tracks, it records audio tracks, and with very good sound quality, so the audio circuitry is also very well designed. And while the old MPCs could tune simple samples for simple pitched parts, the new ones have a surprisingly good library of multi-sampled tuned instruments. And another big improvement is this 7-inch touchscreen. That's a big touchscreen, and it really adds a lot of functionality in an intuitive way. And it has actually much functionality of a computer with Wi-Fi for directly downloading sounds, sequences, and software updates.
Now, one thing I will say about the Wi-Fi, just to clarify, it as far as updating your MPC and downloading like plugins, that much was introduced last year, which is cool. That's oh my God, that was a life-changing move, and that explains why they did the MPC 1 Plus. You still can't download your expansions. I would like to see it done that way. I know Native Instruments, that was one of the dopest things about the Machine Plus, was the ability to buy an expansion and then you could turn around and download it. I'm sure it's coming soon. They're still working on things. I'm sure of it.
Now, I like this independence from the computer because often people use a computer all day at work, and when they come home and want to relax by playing some music in their music room, they don't want to deal with problems like pushed updates that break plugins or something like that.
Right.
Or connection problems between the computer and control surfaces or interface. They just want to make music.
He just pointed out the main reasons why I don't like making music on a laptop. And mind you, the MPC Live, all the modern day MPCs are technically low spec laptops, but all they do is music.
In one box. And one box that doesn't have a typewriter keyboard but has buttons and controls and screens that are really optimized for making music and not writing emails and things like that. Now, that said, the MPC does come with its own computer DAW for Mac and Windows, allowing you the option to have the same operation on a computer if you prefer, which in that case would be using the MPC just as a control surface and audio MIDI interface. But both of them are very tightly integrated into their computer software. Another couple of very nice surprises are the built-in speakers and the battery. The speakers sound surprisingly good with two fairly large forward-facing tweeters and up-facing tweeters, and what appears to be a fairly large woofer inside that delivers strong bass at a pretty high volume. I'm surprised how good it was. It's so good that I found myself preferring the convenience of the internal speakers instead of my studio monitors, which are directly behind the camera at this point. And the battery is a great bonus, allowing me to disconnect power and take it to my backyard or anywhere else in the spur of the moment. They claim up to 5 hours of battery life on the website, which is good enough to take you through a gig. And you'll notice right now there's no power connected to this at all. So what I'm going to do is just do a little demonstration of creating a simple groove for you.
Oh man, this is a treat. Seeing Roger Lynn get down on the MPC is always going to be a treat no matter what.
And I'll just do something simple. I'm not as good a musician as you guys are, but I can do some simple things. And then disclaimer number 2 is everything I play sounds like it comes from the 70s and 80s. So bear with me.
Uh-oh.
So anyway, I'll create a simple groove to start with, a little 2-bar groove.
He locked in. Hey. Hey. Oh shit. And
by the way, you're hearing the actual internal speakers. I didn't want to record directly into the computer for this because I wanted you to hear the speakers. Now, of course, they're not going to sound as good as it would be if you were actually standing here, but I can tell you it does sound very good. Sound very good. Sound very good.
Oh yeah, he said it sounds good. Again, I have not seen this video yet, but I can only imagine on the Facebook forums they're probably going absolutely ape shit.
Good chord part, and to do this, I've connected up my Linstrument keyboard.
Okay.
And it works flawlessly with it, and provides power for it, which is very nice. And of course, you can use any MIDI keyboard you want. And that same feature, the note repeat feature, that allow you to repeat the hi-hat, me to repeat the hi-hat on the previous part, works with this keyboard too. So record that part in.
Okay. My man Roger Lynn making a Slick Rick type beat.
Ensemble cello part, which is part of the internal library, ensemble strings. And to do that, I'm going to do the same thing as I did on the previous track. I'm going to use my Linstrument keyboard to put it in. But you can also use the 16 pads to get 16 pitches. Works out very, very well. It's if you're doing simple parts, but then you probably want to add a MIDI keyboard or something like an instrument to it. So I'm going to put this third part in now.
I wonder if MPE captures in here. It does.
So, I forgot to tell you that I used one of the editing functions. I doubled that 2-bar loop to a 4-bar loop because the cello phrase is a 4-bar phrase. Okay, now I'm going to add a very simple bass part. They're MPC models, each having a different size and number of knobs and buttons. You know, some of them are small, backpackable. Some of them are large, more of a desktop unit. You know, and again, the sound you're hearing is only the unit's built-in speakers, recorded only through my little lav mic.
Hey.
There you have it. If you're wondering what I think of the current MPCs, I like them, and I think the current Akai company has done a very good job of not only honoring the workflow of my original design, but while also bringing it into the present with modern features.
Really amazing video. Just seeing him enjoying the new modern MPCs and giving some healthy input, and there's nobody that can really argue with him on something that he invented. And that makes it a whole lot easier on other content creators, people like us that just have an opinion that might not be weighed in facts, but, you know, there it goes. And I greatly appreciate you, Roger Lynn. You know, more power to you. And I think, you know, them getting to a point to where we can have things like this happen on the platform makes it a better place, especially healthier for me, because at the end of last year, I honestly thought about just stopping just being a content creator on YouTube, because it was just getting that intoxicating on here. It was getting that toxic to where I just didn't want to get on YouTube and then someone just kind of just run with whatever they wanted, how they felt. And all I'm trying to do as a content creator that loves the MPC is just make beats and help people. To the right of me, I have more content for that ass. Make sure that you subscribe. How do you feel about this video? I'm tired of this damn squeaking ass chair. I honestly enjoyed seeing Roger Lynn back on the MPC and enjoying it. And it seemed very genuine. And I love that for us.